Today we're going to talk about the best tips you can have right now during a recession. So if you guys haven't been paying attention, the world is now saying we're in a recession, and we will actually formally know in a couple of weeks, but it is pretty apparent, right? Layoffs have started happening, real estate prices have started to soften, interest rates are crazy high, which is what made real estate prices soften. The stock market's down, crypto's down, everything's down. We are in a recession, and today we're going to talk about some more tips on what to do right now so you can be in the best situation for you and your family, and you can actually not feel pain but be poised to pounce on opportunities that will be coming during this recession. If you're new to the channel, I'm Arianne and this is my better half, Chris, and we made this channel to help good people like you have financial freedom for yourself. We actually retired at the age of 27, and we want to share all of our tips and tricks with you so you can have a wealthy life and a financially free future. So this is the second part of a two-part series, so watch the other video. We're going to put it in the description below if you missed that first one, but now we're going to move on to the second part. Chris, what were you saying?
Yeah, so I was going to say that recessions suck. So we're not saying that it's not going to be painful, but we're also saying that it's not just going to be painful. There are some opportunities that we can also use to benefit from the same situation that's also causing the pain. Because no one's going to say the recession is rainbows and sunshine, right? It's gonna suck.
Right. A recession is normal. Like our world is typically cyclical. It goes like this. So if you're gonna live for a long time, you will have to learn how to live through a recession.
Probably multiple of them.
Yeah. So if this is your first one, welcome. And we're gonna talk about some practical tips right now. So one of the most important tips we're gonna talk about is how to invest right now. So we have a pretty diverse portfolio. We own 2,400 real estate units. We have some crypto in our portfolio. We have some stocks. We have some private equity. We have cash. So we have a lot of different things. And one of the things that's really helpful, especially in a recession, is focusing on investing for cash flow. So if you've watched some of our other videos, we talk about the 4 ways you make money on investments. You make money by having cash flow, appreciation, loan paydown, and tax benefits. And if you're not familiar with that, check out that other video in the description below and we'll post it at the end. But those are the 4 ways you make money on investments. Now, in a recession, prices are likely to either stay like this, flat, or go down. And if you're investing for appreciation, which is you want to buy at this price and you think it's going to go up this price and that's how you get your return, then you are in for a rough awakening. Most of our money is going to go towards cash flowing real estate, because even if the value of the real estate fluctuates or stays the same or even goes down, we're actually buying it for the income that it produces, right? The tenants pay rent, we pay all the expenses, and then there's a little bit left that is the cash flow that we get to enjoy as income. We can spend that, we can use that to top up our bank account so we can buy more properties later. So that is what you want to focus on.
And it's not as volatile as the stock market, right? So even if rents decrease, they don't decrease as much as property values do or stock prices do. So it's a really stable asset class.
Right. And we have a whole lot of videos about how you can find rental properties and how you can analyze them. So check those out in the description below, and we'll put a playlist up here as well. Now, the next thing we want to talk about is acquiring skills or improving your skills so you can make more income and you can become indispensable at whatever you're doing. Whether you're at a job, you have a career, or you're a business owner, if your skills are good, if you're good at what you do and you treat people well, you are going to be the ones who people want to work with. Because in a recession, there's not as much business going around, right? Some people are going to choose not to do things anymore. Some people are going to choose not to buy stuff.
Some people aren't even going to have the choice. They're going to shut down. So if you think about like job losses, right? That's one of the biggest fears about a recession is when there's also high unemployment, when people start losing their jobs. Companies have already started freezing hiring. Some of them are already starting to lay off people. And the people who get laid off, which I don't want to sound non-sympathetic here, but if you make yourself invaluable to your company, you're not the first person on the list. Sometimes companies go under and everybody goes. Sometimes companies have to make hard choices. But the hard choices they're making are, how do I rank these employees by value to the company because that's the only way we're going to survive, right? If the company is going to survive, we can only keep the top 10% or whatever it is, whatever number they come up with. You need to make sure that you have the skills necessary and that you are cooperative and all the beneficial things from the employer's point of view, if you're in a job, to make sure you're one of those people.
Right. So now's a good time to hone your skills. Take some extra YouTube classes, right? Like there's like YouTube University here. You can learn all about how you can be more efficient at time management, how you can be better at project management, all for free on YouTube. Just type it in, right? Like better time management skills, better project management skills. If you want to learn a new software that your company is using for project management, you can type the name in YouTube and YouTube will teach you.
Yeah, how to use Asana, right? All the different programs. Another one, like, so if you're in the software world like I used to be, you can get a certificate in something. So IT world, you get certificates in how to set up servers and all sorts of stuff, right? In the medical field, you might get a certification in anesthesiology or something that makes you more valuable to whoever is employing you.
Right. So those are skills, but Chris made a point earlier. It's not just certificates too,
yeah.
right? It's knowing how to best work with other people. It's critical thinking and problem solving skills. Because if all you can do is what they taught you to do, well,
there's a lot of other people who can probably do that.
Right. So you need to be able to solve problems and solve problems that other people haven't solved yet. Because guess what? If they had the time to like tell you how to solve the problem,
you're not really adding value.
They solved the problem. You were just like, kind of pushing it along a little bit. So critical thinking, problem solving, learn how to solve problems. That is so, so important right now. And, employers need it. Employers need other people who can think for themselves and solve problems for themselves and create solutions for themselves without being necessarily spoon-fed to do it, because they have a lot to do as well.
Yeah, they're really stressed out right now. For the same reason you're stressed out, all of the people who have businesses, they have not just themselves that are relying on them, but also their entire team relies on them. So there's a lot going on already. They can't really help you figure out how to add value. You have to figure out how to add value to your company or your job or your role on your own.
But the great thing is, if you do learn that skill of how you can solve problems and provide solutions without being taught to do it, the sky is the limit. You can literally rise up rank after rank. You can take on more projects that make the company more money, which if you make the company more money, then the company will pay you more money, right? Like if you make an extra 10% for the company, why wouldn't they pay you an extra 10% of that? Like it's the math works. If the math works, businesses are based out of math. Well, profitable businesses are based out of math. Not the government.
Mr. Krabs, can I have a raise?
No.
But yes, if you are in a for-profit business that is not the government, this formula is very easy. Add revenue to the business or decrease expenses for the business.
You are more valuable.
You are more valuable and they will happily pay you more. The other caveat is you got to do it on your own, right? You can't be like, oh.
How can I help you? They have no time for that.
Yes, you have to figure out how you can do this. Not, well, I've really wanted to help the company make 10% more, but I've been waiting here and they haven't told me how. That's not the answer. You got to figure out on your own.
Because that's where the value comes from. Right. That's the hard part, is figuring it out.
And you can ask for clues, right? Like, okay, which department? It's just they can't do like, the steps from A to Z for you. You have to they can tell you, okay, we got to get to Z. Z. In New Zealand, we say Z. And then you have to figure out the steps.
So once you make yourself valuable to the company, you're starting to earn these promotions, or even you get a promotion in the recession. Like if you provide that much value, you can raise your status during it. The advantage here, for one, being able to keep your income, or two, being able to increase your income during a recession, is that it allows you to accumulate cash faster. We talk about managing your gap, so as long as you make more income and you don't increase your expenses, the amount of money is going to start accumulating faster. And in a recession, everything's on sale. So the more money you can accumulate, the more you can buy at a discount. And the more you can buy at a discount during the recession means the more wealth you are going to have on the other cycle.
So yeah, so those are the tips we have today. Invest for cash flow. Again, we have so many videos about how you make money on investments and how you can invest on your own. If you want to buy your own deals, we have a rental calculator you can use for that. Or if you don't want to deal with all that, you don't want to figure out how to buy your own deals or analyze deals and everything, you can actually still invest passively in real estate. So watch our syndication playlist. We'll put that in the description below. And guys, like, it is going to be rough. We're in probably the biggest economic turbulence we'll ever see in the history of the United States, because we're dealing with
We hope so.
the money printing that's been going on since the 70s. So if you think about like bubbles, right? Like the longer a bubble can go, the bigger the pop. This has been going on since the 70s. It's now 2022. So it's been a long bubble coming. So definitely take the tips we have here. Go to the first video. We talked about the safety net and having liquidity and mastering your gap. And then now we talked about investing for cash flow and acquiring skills so you can make more income, so you can have more cash to invest or just put away in your safety net and liquidity. It's really, really important that you do these things right now, because doing these things right now is going to separate you from being the people on one side, which are
Gonna feel a lot of pain.
yeah, and it's not just them, it's their families, right? You probably have kids. You probably have family members that rely on you, even if you don't have kids. If you don't figure this out, they are going to feel a lot of pain because you're going to be stressed and you're going to be forced to do things you don't want to do, and they're going to be affected. So maybe you feel okay, but just understand you have people relying on you. So please do it for them. All right, guys. Well, this is Arianne and Chris. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, click that subscribe button and the notification bell so you can be the first to see our next videos. And I am always on Instagram and TikTok, so go to that down in the description below for daily investing tips. We also have a free Facebook group called Faster Financial Freedom, where you can interact with other people who are on this financial freedom journey. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you at the next video.